Hello everyone, myself Mr. Nimesh G. Gandhi. I am working as an assistant professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is heat transfer. In this subject, we are going to discuss about logarithmic mean temperature difference, or we can say that LMTD, for a counterflow heat exchanger. We discuss logarithmic mean temperature difference for counterflow. Okay, first of all, you can see here two figure is there, flow arrangement and temperature distribution. So first of all, we discuss about the flow arrangement. You can see here cold fluid and hot fluid is there. So heat transfer take place between the cold fluid and hot fluid, but both having a opposite direction. You can see here cold fluid is direction is this direction, and the cold fluid is there, and hot fluid is this direction is there. Similarly, cold fluid this direction is there. So heat transfer take place between the cold fluid and hot fluid, but both having a opposite direction. At the time heat transfer take place, that is your counterflow heat exchanger will be considered. Okay, then after we discuss about the temperature distribution diagram. On temperature distribution diagram, on vertical axis temperature is there, and horizontal axis area or length will be considered. Area, or we can say that length, will be considered. You can see here temperature profile for the hot fluid is there and temperature profile for the cold fluid is there. Okay, now both having opposite direction, so that is your inlet of the hot fluid and outlet of the hot fluid. This is your inlet of the cold fluid and outlet of the cold fluid. Okay, both having opposite direction. You can see here hot fluid, that temperature profile will be this direction will be there, and cold fluid will be rise in this direction. Okay, now TH1 is the temperature of the hot fluid inlet temperature. TH2 means temperature of the hot fluid outlet temperature. TC1, it means your temperature of the cold fluid inlet temperature, and TC2 means temperature of the cold fluid outlet temperature. Okay, then after we are just consider theta 1. Theta 1, it means temperature difference between the TH1 minus TC2. You can see here. Then after here temperature difference, theta 2 means temperature difference between the TH2 minus TC1. Okay, now in this diagram we are just consider first elemental area will be considered. Whole figure we are not consider, it means whole heat exchanger we are not consider. We are just selected. Let us consider just elementary area, which is considered only dA. We are just consider only dA portion will be considered. So our elementary area is dA. How much amount of heat will be transferred during this process, we are just finding out first, and then after whole process we are just going to consider. So first of all, we are just consider that elementary area dA. Okay, at that time in elementary area temperature will be considered. TH means temperature of the hot fluid, TC means temperature of the cold fluid. Okay, then after dTH, it means how much amount of heat is given by the hot fluid to the cold fluid. Okay, so that is TDH. Similarly, dTC, it means how much amount of heat is gained by the cold fluid with the help of the hot fluid. That will be denoted by that dTC. Okay, that will be considered. Now heat will be transferred from hot fluid to cold fluid, so we are just considering in downward direction. dQ will be considered. Okay, so you can see here first of all we are just considered what is theta. So theta means temperature difference TH minus TC, that will be considered. Okay, then after similarly if we are just considered dTH and dTC, temperature difference will be considered. So how it will be considered? d theta is equal to dTH minus dTC. Okay, up to that figure is over. Now how to start the theory? So first initially we are just consider, let us consider an elementary area dA. Okay, area we are just consider dA of the heat exchanger. For that heat exchanger we are just consider that elementary area dA. Okay, so how much amount of heat will be transferred? So we just consider the rate of flow of heat through this elementary area dA, that will be considered. Okay, how much amount of heat will be transferred from that elementary area. So already I mentioned dQ is there. So dQ is equal to UA delta T, or we can say the temperature difference TH minus TC. We should also consider delta T, and delta T means UA TH minus TC, temperature of hot fluid minus temperature of the cold fluid. Capital U means overall heat transfer coefficient. Conduction plus convection both are present, so that will be considered with the help of the capital U. E means area of that, but our elementary area is how much? dA is there, so we should consider here U dA TH minus TC. First we are just consider the standard equation U A delta T, and then after our area is elementary area is dA is there, so instead of A we just consider dA TH minus TC. So our first equation is what? dQ is equal to capital U dA TH minus TC. We just consider equation number 1. Now in this case we have just considered that how much amount of heat will be transferred to that area will be considered. So we just consider that the hot fluid is cooled down by how much amount of it will be cooled down, so it will be considered dTH. Okay, it means hot fluid give up its heat to the cold fluid. Okay, so how much it will be give up, so it will be considered dTH. Okay, we are just consider here energy balance, we are just consider, so hot fluid is give up its heat or hot fluid is cooled down by the up to that it will be cooled down. Okay, and or we can say that whereas the cold fluid is heated by dTc. So how much amount of cold fluid is heated, so you can see that much amount of cold fluid is heated dTc, and how much amount it will be cooled down, so it will be dTH. Okay, so we are just energy balance will be considered energy balance, but where we are consider energy balance at that elementary area, we are just balancing the energy. So now what will be our energy balance equation? So we can say that for the first we are just consider how much amount of heat will be given by the hot fluid, so how it will be considered, so it will be considered dQ is equal to mass of energy balance. How it consider? It will be thermal energy, and thermal energy normally consider mCp delta T. So similarly for the hot fluid we are just consider mCp delta P, so m dot h, it means mass flow rate of the hot fluid into specific heat at constant pressure for the hot fluid, and hot fluid temperature, how much amount of heat will be cooled down, that will be or given to the cold fluid, so it will be considered dTH. Okay, but minus will be considered because dTH is decreasing in the direction of heat flow or in the direction of heat exchanger, is equal to energy balance we are just considered is equal to same dQ will be how much amount of heat will be gained by the cold fluid, so how it will be considered, so similar way dQ is same for the hot fluid as well as cold fluid will be considered is equal to similar way energy similar way we are just considered thermal energy mCp delta T, but instead of H we just consider CPC dTc, that much amount of heat will be rise, or we can say that much will be temperature will be increasing. Okay, but why we should consider minus? So similar way in the counterflow system, the temperature of the both fluid decreasing in the direction of heat exchanger length. Okay, it means your length is increasing, so at that time both fluid having a temperature will be drop. Okay, and temperature will be decreasing, so at that time we are just consider both the side negative. Okay, up to that. So that is our equation. Another equation we are just consider that dQ is equal to, that will be equation 2, and that will be considered equation 3. Okay, up to that. Now we are just rearranging this equation 2 and 3. First of all, we are just making the subject as a dTH in first equation. So dTH is equal to dQ divided by m dot h into CPH, but minus. Okay, up to over. Now we are just consider m dot h cp dot h is equal to, we are just consider c suffix h, m dot h cp dot cph is equal to, we are just consider ch, that is ch means heat capacity, but for heat capacity we are just considered heat capacity for the hot fluid. Okay, so we are just consider here minus dq by ch means m dot h cp h. Okay, heat capacity. Similar way for the equation 3 we are just rearranging. Similar we are just making the dTc is a subject is equal to, then remaining dq as it is here, dq minus dq, and that m dot c, that side will be considered, so m dot c cp c. Okay, up to that. Similar way we have just considered m dot c into cpc is equal to c suffix c. It means heat capacity of the cold fluid. Okay, so is equal to minus dq by cc. Okay, up to that over. Now we require the how much amount of heat will be hot fluid and cold fluid. So it means we just require the temperature difference for the hot fluid minus cold fluid. We just find out. So how it will be considered? So we just minus out dTh minus dTc. We just minus out dTh minus dTc. Okay, so how it will be considered? So is equal to minus dq divided by ch. Okay, that minus sign will be considered. So minus, and that minus sign is present, so we are just considered here minus dq divided by cc. Okay, so that minus minus it will be plus. Okay, then after if we consider that minus sign is outside. Okay, so first initially we just consider dq by ch plus dq by cc, then minus minus plus. Okay, now first we are just consider here dq is common. We are just taking dq is common from that equation, and minus dq we are just consider common. So dth minus dtc is equal to minus dq common. So what will be our inside the bracket? So inside the bracket 1 upon ch. Okay, that we are just consider minus outside, so inside will be minus is present, so minus 1 upon cc. Then after if we remove the bracket, so minus minus it will be plus. Okay, up to that over. So dth minus dtc is equal to minus dq inside the bracket 1 upon ch minus 1 upon cc. Okay, up to that. Now what is our dq? So already I explained. Okay, what is our dq? Okay, our dq is more what? Okay, dq is equal to uda th minus tc. So we just put the value of here. Okay, so what will be our dth minus dtc is equal to what is our minus dq. So dq is, we just consider dq, so our dq is capital U minus capital U da th minus tc. Okay, now inside the bracket 1 upon ch minus 1 upon cc as it is. Okay, up to that. We just put the equation 1 here. Okay, now what is Th minus Tc? Already I have told you. Okay, Th minus Tc, it means the temperature difference. Th minus Tc, it's your theta. Already I told you here, theta is equal to Th minus Tc. So we just consider Th minus Tc, it means theta. Okay, and what is dTh minus dTc? So dTh minus dTc, already I told you. Okay, dTh minus dTc, it means d theta. Okay, so we just consider here that will be your d theta is there. So that is your d theta, and that will be your theta is there. Okay, so we can say that, and we are just consider that theta this side. So what will be our equation? D theta by theta. That is your d theta, that is your theta. We just take theta this side, so it becomes a d theta by theta. Okay, is equal to minus q da 1 minus 1 upon ch minus 1 upon cc. That is our equation. Another equation is there. Okay, so first of all we have just consider that equation for the that elemental area, but in the direction of heat flow we require rate of heat transfer. Okay, so how it will be considered? So we have a two boundary condition is there. First boundary condition is what? Okay, here will be considered, and second will be here is considered. Okay, so suppose I will consider here boundary condition, and then after I will consider that side boundary condition. So that side theta is considered, and that side we are just consider area will be considered. So first of all I am just consider okay, here a is equal to 0. Initially here area is equal to 0. At the time theta is equal to theta 1. You can see here theta is equal to theta 1 is present now. So a is equal to 0. At the time theta is equal to theta 0. Similar way here if I will consider, so a is equal to area. A is equal to area. We are just dA is considered only that elemental area. Okay, but suppose whole will be considered, so we are just consider a is equal to area. At the time theta is equal to theta 2. Here theta 2 is present, so theta is equal to theta 2. So we have two boundary condition. Already I told you here. Okay, first boundary condition a is equal to 0 to a is equal to a. At the time theta is equal to theta 1 to the theta is equal to theta 2. Okay, Now we have a two boundary condition first. Okay, so where we use that boundary condition? Okay, so we are using that boundary condition here, but how we can use that boundary condition in this equation? So at the time that equation is integration with respect to boundary condition. Okay, so here theta is present, so here we are just using the boundary condition of the theta, and here dA it means area is present, so here we are just using the boundary condition of the area. Okay, so integration of the both the side will be considered with respect to that boundary condition. So d theta by theta, and boundary condition is what? Theta 1 to theta 2. Okay, is equal to, that is your constant term, capital U. So we are just taking outside capital U. Okay, that will be also constant term, so we are just taking outside 1 upon CH minus 1 upon CC. So their integration of area 0 to a limit will be considered boundary condition. Okay, at the time dA, because we are considered with respect to area. Okay, now what will be the integration of that? 1 upon theta. So 1 upon theta it means ln theta. Okay, and boundary condition theta 2, theta 1 to theta 2 is equal to minus u as it is 1 upon ch minus 1 upon cc as it is. Okay, now integration of constant term, it means 1 is present here, so integration will be a is there. Okay, a, and then after limit a to 0. Okay, now we put that limit inside the bracket. Okay, so first we are just consider, so for ln theta 2 minus ln theta 1, if we put, okay, so we can also write okay, ln theta 2 by theta 1. If you put theta 2 and theta 1 here, so it will be ln theta 2 minus ln theta 1. So we can also write ln theta 2 by theta 1. Okay, is equal to minus u inside the bracket 1 upon ch minus 1 upon cc as it is. Okay, now we put that limit, so it will be a minus 0. So a minus 0, it will be a. Okay, so now what will be our equation? Ln theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus u a 1 upon ch minus 1 upon cc. Up to that over. Okay, now we require the value of the 1 upon ch and 1 upon cc. So how we can find, okay, or how we can determine the value of that 1 upon ch and 1 upon cc? 1 upon ch, it means ch means heat capacity for a hot fluid, and cc means heat capacity of the cold fluid. So how it will be considered? So at that time total heat transfer between the two fluid will be considered. Total heat transfer, first of all we are just elementary area will be considered, but now we are considered here from here to we start total rate of heat transfer will be considered. So how it will be considered? Here to here it will be transfer will be considered. So for the hot fluid we are just considered as well as cold fluid. So how it will be considered? So we just consider okay, total heat transfer, okay, between the two fluids, between the two fluids. So first of all we are just considered for the hot fluid. So how it will be considered? How much amount of energy will be given to the cold fluid, hot fluid? So Q is equal to mCp delta T, but here we are just consider dQ for the only that elemental area. Now we are just consider Q, rate of heat transfer for the whole heat exchanger we are just consider. So it will be Q is equal to similarly mCp delta T. Okay, we are just consider, but instead of m into Cp we are directly consider heat capacity. Okay, so heat capacity we are directly consider Ch into temperature difference. So which temperature difference here consider? Whole will be considered, so it will be maximum minus minimum, Th1 minus Th2, Th1 minus Th2. Ch means what? Already I told you, okay, m dot h into Cp h, but we are directly take mCp we are directly considered heat capacity Ch. Okay, is equal to same Q, both having the same, okay, that much amount of heat will be rejected or given by the hot fluid, which is absorbed by the cold fluid. Okay, so how it will be considered? Similar way mCp delta T will be considered, but for the cold fluid instead of CH/Cc. Okay, and cold fluid temperature will be considered, maximum minus minimum will be considered. So maximum is Tc2 and minimum is Tc1 is there. So Tc2 minus Tc1. Now what is Cc? So m dot C into Cpc. You can see. Okay, now we require 1 upon Ch and 1 upon Cc. So now rearranging this term and this term. because we require 1 upon ch and 1 upon cc. So for the first equation we are just consider that equation, we require the 1 upon ch, so we are just consider ch this side and q will be this side will be considered. So we should consider here first ch this side, so it becomes a 1 upon ch, because we are considered that q this side, so it becomes a th1 minus th2 divided by q. Okay, similar for the here we require 1 upon cc, so 1 upon cc is equal to, we are just consider cc this side, q will be this side, so tc2 minus tc1 divided by q. Okay, we get the value of the 1 upon ch and 1 upon cc, we just put in this equation, we are just consider that equation, we just put the value of the 1 upon ch and 1 upon cc. Now what will be our equation? So ln theta 2 by theta 1 as it is first is equal to minus ua as it is. Okay, what is 1 upon ch? So 1 upon ch is, you can see here inside the bracket, th1 minus th2 divided by q. Okay, minus what is 1 upon cc? tc2 minus tc1 divided by q. Okay, up to that over. Okay, now in this equation we are just, in denominator q is same, so we are just taking q common, so we are just taking 1 upon q will be common, so ln theta 2 by theta 1 as it is. Now we are just taking here q by u by a into q divided by q. Okay, now in this bracket we just convert in the form of the theta 1 and theta 2. So what is our theta 1? So our theta 1 is th1 minus tc2. Okay, first of all here is temperature difference of the hot fluid is there and temperature difference of the cold fluid is there, but we require here in the form of the th1 minus tc2 and th2 minus tc1 in the form of the theta 1 and theta 2. We require here theta 1 into theta 2. So how it will be considered? So we just consider, okay, now I am just consider th1 minus tc2. I am just taking th1, that minus tc2, this will be considered this side. Okay, now for the similarly we are just consider here that side will be a minus is there, so we just consider minus as it is. Okay, now we are just consider th2 this side, so it will be th2 minus th2 if I will remove that bracket. Okay, and t minus it will be plus, so inside will be just consider here minus tc1. Okay, now you can see here th1 minus tc2 theta 1, th2 minus tc1 theta 2. So instead of that we are just consider theta 1, and instead of that we are just consider theta 2. So now what will be our equation? ln theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus ua divided by q, and that will be your theta 1 minus theta 2. Okay, up to that. Now that negative sign we are just consider inside, so it becomes ln theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to u by a as it is q theta 2 minus theta 1. We are just considered a negative sign inside. Okay, so that minus plus, so it becomes a plus, and that will be minus. Okay, up to that. Now we require the rate of heat transfer. Okay, how much amount total rate of heat transfer will be taking place during the heat exchanger? So we consider, or we are also consider as a rearranging this term one more time, or we are just making the subject as a q. So q is equal to q this side, ln this side will be considered, so ua theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by that ln term below side theta 2 by theta 1. Okay, now we can also write q is equal to ua, that is your theta m. Okay, and theta m is equal to, we can say that theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by ln theta 2 by theta 1. Okay, or we can also write, we are just interchange here, we are just minus sign take outside, or we can say that here minus and here minus will be considered. So what will be our theta 1 by theta 2 divided by ln theta 1 by theta 2. Both equation is right. And what is theta m? So theta m is equal to, that is your theta m, okay, theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by, that is your m. Okay, ln theta 2 by theta 1 or theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by ln theta 1 by theta 2. That is your theta m, and theta m is called as a LMTD. It means logarithmic mean temperature difference. Okay, now you can see here okay, theta m is same for the parallel flow and counter flow. Both having our equation of the theta m is same. Okay, so what will be our difference is there, but your value of the theta 1 and theta 2 is different, because here theta 1 is your what, TH1 minus TC2, but in parallel flow TH1 minus TC1 is there. Okay, and theta 2 is TH2 minus TC1 is there, but in parallel flow heat exchanger TH2 minus TC2 is there. It means your value of the theta 1 theta 2, it means your temperature, we can say that your temperature difference for the theta 1 and theta 2 will be changed. Okay, or we can say that theta 1 and theta 2 equation will be different compared with the parallel flow and counter flow. Okay, and last our equation will be that is your theta m LMTD for the counter flow heat exchanger and parallel flow heat exchanger, both are same. Thank you.